abscisic acid. So abscisic acid, it is the abbreviation form that is known as the ABA, abscisic acid. Abscisic acid, it is also the growth inhibitor. We have seen that is the ethylene is growth inhibitor. So abscisic acid, it is also the growth inhibitor. Abscisic acid, it is also the growth inhibitor. So it mainly helpful, that is for the abscission. So the most important physiological effect, that is the abscission. So abscisic acid, it is the growth inhibitor. It inhibits the growth. So the first abscisic acid, it was reported by the scientists Carnes and Adicott. Scientists Carnes and Adicott, and they observed that is due to the presence of this chemical compound, there is the shedding or the falling of the cotton balls. Cotton balls are falls down, and why the cotton balls are falls down? He observed that is which chemical component is responsible for the fall of the cotton balls. Then they observed that is there is one chemical compound or the hormone, and this hormone which is named as abscissine. This hormone is named as the abscissine, that is abscissine first and abscissine second. And due to this presence of this abscissine hormone, there is the shedding, that is falling of the cotton balls takes place. That is the first. So abscissine, that is abscisic acid, it was discovered by the scientists Carnes and Adicott. And then after this, the scientists Waring in 1963 who observed that is in the plant, that is Acer pseudoplantanus, in the plant, that is Acer pseudoplantanus, there is the induce the dormancy, and this dormancy, it mainly induced by the chemical substance which is named as the dormine. This is named as the dormine. So dormine, it is the one type of the abscisic acid. So that is here the Waring in the Acer plant, that is from the Acer plant, he observed that is here there is the induce the dormancy, bud dormancy, and this bud dormancy, it is induced due to the presence of the hormone, that is the dormine. Okay, so here this dormine, it is mainly isolated from the Acer pseudoplantanus. Acer pseudoplantanus, it is the plant. And then here the abscisic acid, where they are synthesized, that is site of the synthesis. In plants, the abscisic acid, it mainly synthesized in the leaves, fruits and the flowers. Then here the movement, that is movement is the non-polar, that is it not moves from the morphological apex to the morphological base. So here the movement is non-polar. And the chemical composition, if we see, that is the abscisic acid, it is in the form of the 15 carbon sesquiterpenoid. That is these 15 carbon sesquiterpenoid, म्हणजे केमिकली जर बघितलं आपण तर केमिकली नेचर हे ॲब्सिसिक ॲसिडचं कशा फॉर्म मध्ये आहे, इट इज द 15 कार्बन sesquiterpenoid, and it mainly synthesized from the mevalonic acid, that is this 15 carbon sesquiterpenoid, it is synthesized from the mevalonic acid. Okay, so it is about the some introduction of the abscisic acid, that is the abscisic acid is the growth inhibitor, and this abscisic acid it mainly synthesized in the leaves, fruits and the flowers. Then if we see the movement, that is the movement of the abscisic acid is the non-polar, and if we see the chemical composition, that is this chemical composition, that is it mainly synthesized, that is from the mevalonic acid, that is chemically it is the 15 carbon cis-terpenoid. Okay, so it is about the introduction of the abscisic acid. And then next that is about the physiological effect of the abscisic acid. Physiological effects and applications. Physiological effects and applications of the abscisic acid. So the most important, that is the abscisic acid, it promotes the abscission. It promotes the abscission. We have seen in last 4 hormones what is meant by the abscission. Abscission layer तयार होतो की ज्याच्यामुळे काय होतं, फ्रूट फॉल होईल, लीफ फॉल होईल किंवा फ्लावर्स फॉल होतील. बरोबर आहे. त्यामुळे इथं ॲब्सिशन लेयर तयार केल्यामुळं हा ॲब्सिसिक ॲसिड, याच्या नावामध्येच ॲब्सिसिक ॲसिड म्हटलेलं आहे, म्हणजेच हे नक्कीच तुम्हाला फिजिओलॉजिकल इफेक्ट हा लक्षात ठेवायला सोपं जाईल. दॅट इज इट प्रमोट्स द ॲब्सिशन इन द लीव्स. देन इट ॲसिलरेट सिनेसन्स. सेकंड, accelerates senescence. That is, here senescence means aging or the fruits or the flowers or the leaves it becomes mature म्हणून आपण adult होतील, and that is it accelerates the senescence. म्हणजे जनरली leaves किंवा fruits किंवा flowers हे adult किंवा mature होण्यासाठी हे हेल्पफुल आहे. Then it suppress the cambial activity. Third, suppress cambial activity. Cambial activity means what? That is in the cambium, that is there is the meristematic tissue, that is which are having the ability of the cell division. So here it suppress the cambial activity means what? That is it inhibit the mitosis. It inhibit the mitosis. म्हणजे तिथे मायटोसिस होत नाही, म्हणजे सेल डिव्हिजन होणार नाही, आणि त्यामुळे इथं काय होईल तर कॅम्बियल ऍक्टिव्हिटी जी आहे ती काय होईल, स्टॉप होईल. सो इन द कॅम्बियम दॅट इज देर आर द मेरिस्टेमॅटिक टिश्यू विच आर हॅव्हिंग द हाय ॲबिलिटी ऑफ द सेल डिव्हिजन. आणि मग इथं काय करतात तर ॲब्सिसिक ॲसिड काय करतात तर इट इनहिबिट्स मायटोसिस, म्हणजे सेल डिव्हिजन. मायटोसिस इट इज अ टाइप ऑफ द सेल डिव्हिजन. सेल डिव्हिजन होऊ देत नाहीये, आणि त्यामुळे इथं काय होईल तर कॅम्बियल ॲक्टिव्हिटी काय होईल, स्टॉप होईल, सप्रेस होईल. देन नेक्स्ट दॅट इज इट ॲक्ट्स ॲज अ अँटी ट्रान्सपरंट. इट ॲक्ट्स ॲज अँटी ट्रान्सपरंट. Anti-transpirant, we have know that is about the transpiration means what? Loss of the water through the stomata or the lenticels. Okay, so here anti-transpirant means here due to the abscisic acid, here transpiration stops. So how the transpiration stops? That is closing of the stomata. We have seen that is opening and the mechanism of opening and the closing of the stomata. So during the daytime what happens? The potassium ions which enters into the guard cells. We have seen about the transpiration process, that is here these are the guard cells and here these are the subsidiary cells. So here from the subsidiary cell, in this guard cell here the potassium ions which are migrate and here the potassium ions which combines with the malate, and there is the potassium malate is produced, and due to which here the osmotic concentration increases, okay, and here endoosmosis takes place, the guard cells become turgid and stomata gets open. But during night time what happens, that is here there is the efflux, that is the potassium ions are given out from the guard cells, and these are given out due to the presence of the abscisic acid. That is, in this guard cell the abscisic acid is produced, and here due to which here the potassium ions which efflux of the potassium ions takes place. That is, potassium ions are given out from these guard cells, and here the osmotic concentration decreases. That is, here the stomata which becomes flaccid, and here the stomata gets closed. That is, here it is anti-transparent, means what here, due to presence of this abscisic acid here the stomata it gets closed, and due to the closing of the stomata here the transpiration does not take place. That is, it is the anti-transparent, that is, here it stops the transpiration. And then next, that is it acts as a stress hormone. It acts as a stress hormone, that is it mainly produced in the drought condition, that is during the adverse environmental conditions. म्हणजे ड्रॉट कंडिशन असेल, कमी पाण्याच्या वेळेस जेव्हा पाणी कमी प्रमाणात असेल, ड्रॉट कंडिशन असेल, तेव्हा हे स्ट्रेस हार्मोन म्हणून काम करतं. देन नेक्स्ट, दॅट इज इन द LDP, that is LDP, that is long day plant. LDP म्हणजे काय, long day plant, it inhibits flowering. म्हणजे लॉंग डे प्लांट आणि शॉर्ट डे प्लांट हे आपण नेक्स्ट लेक्चर मध्ये पाहणार आहोत. LDP, आता फक्त एवढंच लक्षात ठेवा, LDP that is the long day plant, in which here it inhibits the flowering, while here in the SDP, short day plant, it's SDP means what? A short day plant. In the short day plant, that is it stimulates the flowering. It stimulates the flowering. That is LDP, long day plant. की इथं फोटोपिरियडिझम जास्त असतो, शॉर्ट डे प्लांटमध्ये फोटोपिरियडिझम कमी असतो, ते आपण नंतर नेक्स्ट लेक्चरमध्ये बघणार आहोत. सो इन LDP, दॅट इज इट इनहिबिट्स फ्लावरिंग होऊ देत नाही, आणि SDP, शॉर्ट डे प्लांट्समध्ये इट स्टिम्युलेट्स द फ्लावरिंग, म्हणजे फ्लावरिंग होण्यासाठी हे हेल्पफुल करते. That is, these are the physiological effects and the applications of the abscisic acid. That is, the abscisic acid, it mainly promotes the abscission, most important physiological effect. Then it accelerates senescence, and then suppresses the cambial activity, that is, it inhibits mitosis. Then it acts as an anti-transpirant, म्हणजे इथं ट्रान्सपिरेशन ते होऊ देत नाही, that is, it help to close the stomata. And then stress hormone in the adverse environmental condition, that is during the drought condition, it acts as a stress hormone. And then in LDP, that is long day plant, it inhibits the flowering, while in SDP, short day plant, it stimulates the flowering. So student, today we see that is about the two growth hormones. One is the ethylene and another is the abscisic acid. So these two are the growth inhibitors. Okay student, so today we stop here.